We'll focus on what's going to happen atmospherically here as we head through the next few days. We've got some changes in store for us, a return of gusty offshore winds as we head through tonight and tomorrow as the atmosphere gets squeezed by this hill of air offshore. But those offshore winds are going to be strongest in Southern California, and that's where the Santa Ana winds are going to result in an elevated fire threat over the next 24 hours or so. And then our focus shifts to the next chance of rain that's going to be moving in by late Wednesday, likely Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. This isn't going to be associated with a high-end atmospheric river or anything like that, but just a good soaking rain event Wednesday night into early on Thursday morning. Let's talk about the winds first in more detail, looking at the Vacaville gusts, because that's one of the spots a little bit higher in elevation where the winds are going to be more noticeable through the rest of this evening and into tonight. But you notice they do gradually die down as we head through late tonight into tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a brief offshore wind event, not overly strong by the standards that we can see at this time of year. And fortunately, we had all that moisture in late November to add a lot of water to the fire fuels around the Bay Area and really mitigate any fire threat. Beautiful sunset as we look to the west towards Sutro Tower from the top of the Mark Hopkins Hotel. Temperatures right now, a mix of 50s and low 60s, anywhere from 55 degrees in Livermore to 62 degrees right now in San Jose. Those numbers are going to drop off quickly as we head through the rest of tonight. With clear skies overhead, our temperatures are going to tumble all the way down into the 30s in a lot of locations. Down to around 33 degrees in Petaluma, 34 in Santa Rosa and in Healdsburg. Temperatures east of the Oakland Hills also dipping down into the 30s. Mostly low to mid 40s around the bay and along the coast, but upper 30s for Fremont and Redwood City. And even in the Santa Clara Valley, you're likely to dip down into the upper 30s by early tomorrow morning, all the way down to 35 degrees around Morgan Hill. But despite that chilly start, temperatures are still going to end up at least a few degrees above average. Upper 60s in the Santa Clara Valley. Temperatures around the entire Bay Area are going to top out in the 60s, right at 60 degrees in Pacifica, 63 in San Francisco, which is 5 degrees above average. Temperatures in the North Bay maybe falling just short of 60 in San Rafael. Some low 60s for the North Bay valleys because you're going to see more cloud cover overhead tomorrow. Your chances of warming up more significantly are going to be a bit more limited. That's the cloud cover that's going to be associated with that next chance of rain that's going to be heading our way. So let's bring the monitor back up and we will talk about that in more detail here and show you Futurecast beginning the clock at 5 o'clock on Wednesday morning as the clouds are going to be thickening over the Bay Area. I think we get through most of the day Wednesday dry. The exception could be a few light kind of splash and dash showers for the North Bay, but the bulk of the rain doesn't move in until Wednesday evening. And this is going to be a couple different waves of light to moderate rainfall for most of us, passing through Wednesday evening and then continuing Wednesday night. Another shot of heavier rain after midnight, but should be out of here in time for the morning commute on Thursday, and then some lingering kind of follow-up showers during the day on Thursday. Not going to be a washout, but you still want to keep the umbrella handy. And this is not the only rain chance that we have headed our way. More on that in a second. Adding up anywhere from 1/10 of an inch on the low end of the spectrum in some of the rain shadowed spots to maybe close to 3/4 of an inch in a few locations in the North Bay. But again, that's not enough to cause any significant problems. We're going to see more of that headed our way as we head through the next several days. These are the rain amounts over the next 7 days. So you take that at 1/10 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. Add more on top of it Friday night into Saturday and more rain early next week. We're talking about a couple inches of rain for the North Bay. For the most of us, the amounts are going to range from about 1/2 an inch to around 1 inch of total rainfall over the course of the next 7 days. But it is just an unsettled weather pattern that's going to be sticking around for a little while. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, and we only have to show you one. We don't have to break it down by microclimates because everybody's going to have essentially the same temperatures, upper 50s and low 60s, even as the rain chances move in. So we've got Wednesday evening into Wednesday night and early Thursday for the first rain event, another one by late Friday into Friday night and Saturday, and then still more in the forecast by Monday and Tuesday of next week. So we got an unsettled pattern shaping up here.
Yeah, but I kind of like it. The rain comes, maybe a little bit of dry spell, and then the rain comes. And
they're kind of spaced out a little bit.
Yeah, instead of having like this deluge of just rain just pounding us, right?
Yeah, we don't need the problems we had last month.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Paul.